Assalamu alaikum. 6 p.m. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Farzana Khan. First, the headlines. Prime Minister says the foundations for a true democratic system is being laid in the country where rulers will be held accountable by the public. Foreign Minister is visiting Oman on Tuesday to discuss with the leadership the entire spectrum of bilateral and regional cooperation. Minister for Information has said that successful dialogue between the United States and Taliban will greatly benefit Pakistan and the entire region. Pakistan Navy will host the 6th multinational naval exercise Aman 2019 next month. U.S. Secretary of State has said Washington is serious about pursuing peace in Afghanistan. Palestinian Authority has called on international community to take notice of Israeli escalation of violence in Gaza. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan has said the foundations for a true democratic system is being laid in the country in which every ruler would be held accountable by the public. Addressing 6th convocation of Namal College in Mianwali today, the Prime Minister said the West progressed due to the continuity of the democratic system which had merits. The Prime Minister said the PTI government is answerable before the people of Pakistan and everyone in the government is accountable for spending public money. He said Pakistan was created under an objective, and that was to follow the great principles of Riyasat-e-Madina and the ideals of its founders, Qaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah and Allama Muhammad Iqbal. The Riyasat-e-Madina had laid foundation for the first modern welfare state in the world, in which there was parity among all the citizens who enjoyed complete religious freedom, whereas the rulers were held accountable. The Prime Minister observed that the Muslims laid the foundation of the greatest civilization in the world on the basis of Riyasat-e-Madina. Prime Minister said the Muslims lost the glory when they deviated from basic principles of Islam. Referring to Leader of Opposition in National Assembly Shahbaz Sharif's criticism of Chief Minister Punjab Sardar Usman Bazdar, the Prime Minister reiterated his confidence that unlike his predecessor, Bazdar would emerge as the best Chief Minister of the province. The Prime Minister emphasized the students to learn from failures by rectifying mistakes. He advised the students to not forget their culture, religion, and teachings of the founding father of Pakistan. Imran Khan said modern technology, especially in agriculture, will be introduced in the country for sustainable development, and Namal should become a pioneer in this regard. The Prime Minister also inaugurated state-of-the-art academic block of Namal. He congratulated the successful graduates and their parents. Imran Khan on the occasion also distributed certificates and awards among successful students. Minister for Foreign Affairs Makhdoom Shah Mahmood Qureshi has said Pakistan played its role for peace in the region by bringing Taliban, Afghan government and the US officials together on the negotiations table. Talking to media in Multan today, he said being well-wisher neighbor of Afghanistan, Pakistan is duty-bound to play its important role in restoration of peace in Afghanistan. He said peace in Afghanistan is of vital importance not only in Afghanistan but also for Pakistan as well. He said Pakistan has been hosting and serving the Afghan refugees for the last many years. He said Pakistan believes that peace in Afghanistan can only be restored through Afghan-owned and Afghan-led negotiations. The foreign minister said Pakistan would succeed in reacting the relations with America. He said the PTI government would not compromise on national interests of the country. The foreign minister said he is visiting Oman on Tuesday to discuss the entire spectrum of bilateral and regional cooperation with the leadership of that country. He said he will also visit London on 3rd of next month, where he will raise before the House of Commons the Kashmir cause and present Pakistan's stance on Kashmir and Indian atrocities being carried out in occupied Kashmir. Responding to a question, Qureshi stated that Pakistan wished to resolve issue of water with India through dialogue process. Minister for Information and Broadcasting Chaudhry Fawad Hussain has said that successful dialogue with the United States and Taliban would greatly benefit Pakistan. Talking to media men in Dubai today, he said Pakistan had played significant role for peace in Afghanistan and across the region, including the Middle East. The minister said Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf has the policy of peace, which ultimately will benefit the people of this region. He said this is the policy of Pakistan's present government to have good relations with all neighboring, regional and other countries of the world. He said improving ties with the countries could help flourish trade in the region. Fawad Hussain said Pakistan is initiating e-visa facility for 175 countries, while the people of 50 nations would have the visa benefit on arrival at the airports. He said the government is working to enhance relations with the UAE, Middle East, Gulf and other countries. Pakistan Army rescued 7 persons trapped in Kohistan district through helicopter today. According to Provincial Disaster Management Authority, these persons went missing due to heavy snowfall in the area yesterday. This is Radio Pakistan giving you the news. Pakistan Navy will host the 6th multinational naval exercise Aman 2019 next month. According to a spokesperson of Pakistan Navy, 40 countries will participate in the exercise with the resolve of unity for peace. The exercise aims at boosting the joint operational capabilities of the participating countries' naval forces for peace and stability in the region. Exercise Aman is a biennial multinational maritime exercise being hosted by Pakistan Navy since 2007, wherein navies of the world cruise together and share experiences to enhance interoperability for the peace. In occupied Kashmir, complete shutdown was observed in Kupwara today to remember martyrs of a deadly massacre by the Indian troops in 1994. Call for the shutdown was given by the Joint Resistance Leadership comprising Saeed Ali Gilani, Mirwais Umar Farooq and Muhammad Yasin Malik. All shops and other business establishments in the town remained closed while transport was off the road. In a statement, IRL said that mass killings by Indian troops in Kupwara, Hindwara and Gaukadal areas in January in the 1990s reminded the Kashmiris of the brutal Indian occupation and oppression in the territory. The U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo has hailed significant progress made by U.S. Special Envoy for Peace in Afghanistan, Zalmay Khalilzad, after 6 days of talks with the Taliban in Qatar. In a tweet, Pompeo said, Washington is serious about pursuing peace and preventing Afghanistan from continuing to be a space for international terrorism. Pompeo cautioned that no deal had been finalized with the militants, saying further talks would resume shortly. Meanwhile, Taliban spokesman Zabiullah Mujahid said that while there was progress at the meetings, but reports of an agreement of a ceasefire and talks with Kabul are not true. In Afghanistan, security forces have killed 4 Daesh militants during an attack in Khan Abad district in Kunduz province today. The official sources said 5 militants have also been arrested. Palestine says Israeli crimes and killings in West Bank, Jerusalem and Gaza are again reiterating that Israeli government is going ahead with the policy of escalation of violence. In a press statement, Palestinian Authority said Israeli government of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is fully responsible for the escalation of violence. The statement called an international community to ensure protection for Palestinian people and an immediate investigation into Israeli crimes against humanity. After accepting to breach the ICC anti-racism code against South African player Andile Felukawayo, Pakistan captain Sarfaraz Ahmed has been suspended for 4 matches. Sarfaraz Ahmed will miss the remaining 2 matches of the ongoing ODI series as well as the first 2 matches of the T20I series to follow. In the absence of Sarfaraz Ahmed, Pakistani all-rounder Shoaib Malik will perform the responsibility of captaincy in the remaining matches against South Africa. And now cricket. In the fourth one-day international of five-match series at Johannesburg against South Africa, Pakistan won 91 runs for one wicket in 17.5 overs a short while ago. Earlier, South Africa were bowled out at 164 runs in 41 overs. And finally, the weather report. Mainly cold and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 24 hours. Foggy conditions are likely in plain areas of Punjab and Upper Sindh during night and morning hours. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.